Joining me now is author and political commentator Shamika Michelle.
Shamika Michelle.
Shamika Michelle.
Shamika Michelle.
When God looked at man, he said it's not good for man to be alone. He gave him a woman. He didn't give him a village. He didn't give him the community. He said, be fruitful and multiply to this man and this woman. So it's supposed to be God, husband, wife.
If you always do what you've always done, you will always get what you've always done.
Hello, 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 and happy Tuesday. Thank you for joining Shaking My Head with Shamika Michelle. I am your host, Shamika Michelle. And yes, my apologies. I was a little bit late. My daughter texted me at 2 o'clock and 49 seconds. You're late. I was a little bit late. My apologies, you guys. But thank you for joining me today. Ladies, let's have some real talk. It's what we do here on Shaking My Head. Too many of us are walking around with fake masculinity, and we don't even realize it. From competing with men, to always needing the last word, to saying, I don't need a man, these are not signs of strength. They are signs that we've lost touch with our true femininity. Today, I am breaking down some masculine behavior, and together, we're going to figure out the top 5 masculine behaviors that women need to shed. And I want you to be honest with me and yourself. Which ones are you guilty of? I just want to remind y'all to hit the like button, please, the thumbs up, share this, support. Super chats are open, and eventually we're going to add memberships. But right now, hit the like button, share, tell somebody it's 2 o'clock. It's time for us to get into it. Let's see who we got here so far before we get into our chat today. Lotus Flower, hello. You were waiting today. Hi, Kayla. Hi, Jay. Thank you for the super chats. I appreciate everybody for being here. I got to learn to super chat. Sure you do. It's very important. Thank you so much. Yes. So today we're going to be talking about, ladies, it's time to shed your fake masculinity. We're tired of it. We're sick of seeing it. Like Michael Jackson said, you ain't bad. You ain't nothing. Y'all are not bad. But y'all walk around here not wanting to be soft, not wanting to be feminine. And I know someone is saying, well, what about the men? Because we do see you constantly calling men sassy. And look, I'm not saying that men don't show some sassy behavior sometimes, but I'm coming at the women because so many of you lack humility. You think your shit don't stink, and you think you are hot shit in a champagne glass, when in all actuality, you're just lukewarm diarrhea in a Dixie cup. So yes, I'm going to be constantly coming at you women because you lack humility. Somebody needs to tell you, and it seems as if we are cultivating a culture where women can't be corrected or redirected ever. So if you're looking for a channel, women who will applaud you in your BS, this isn't it. If you're looking for a channel, women who will only tell you you're right all the time. This isn't it. If you're looking for a channel, women, where they'll sit around and say men ain't shit every podcast all the time, this is the wrong channel. There are plenty of them. Go and find you one. If you're looking for the woo, 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 go find Sinclair on another channel. This isn't it. Here on this channel, we are working with the women who want to be better women, myself included, who want to be the women that God created us to be. Softer, feminine, actual helpmeets, and helping those who come along behind us. So today we're saying, shed the fake masculinity. We don't want to see it. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of hearing about it. Okay? Sharisa told me on yesterday, where's the video? We like when you have a video. Hi, Miguel. Hi, Alicia. Hi, Grams. We like when you have a video. So let me find you all or share with you a video. Because women don't want to be soft anymore. And this proves it right here. I don't think I'm soft. This is a TV show, Pop the Balloon. I really like to watch it because it actually is like a dating show for those of you who are not familiar. So there's either a man that comes out looking for women, and so there's about 7-8 women he can choose from, or it's the other way around. They ask a series of questions. Either one can pop the balloon if they're not interested in the person searching, or if the person that's searching isn't interested in them, they can pop the balloon. But I love watching this show because it just kind of gives me a gauge of where we are in society. And this one pertains to today's discussion.
Ed, what do you look for in a woman?
Somebody sweet or somebody soft.
I don't think I'm soft.
Oh yeah, I
So
can
you're-
tell.
Oh. Uh-huh.
You could kind of just hear it in the voice. I ain't soft. Like we both can't be hard.
This is for my queens rising.
Okay? You both can't be hard. But nowadays in relationships, women think it's okay to be hard. Women think it's wrong to be soft, to be feminine. I don't know. Well, I do know where we got it. We got it from the ideas of feminism that we need to shed. But I don't know why, after it's been pointed out to us over and over and over again, we act like we don't see it, or we don't understand it, or we don't know why it's important for us to shed the fake masculinity. For me, I was having a conversation and I was saying, if you've been raised in a way where you just see the so-called strong, independent women all the time, I think there are times when we don't even recognize as women that we are displaying masculine behavior. So I'm going to tell y'all a story. It's story time. So I was on a date. I was going to the movies. Well, we were going to the movies. And now you can buy your tickets online. You could go ahead and purchase your seat. And when you get there, you just find the seats that you picked out prior to getting there, and you sit down and you enjoy the movie. Well, this particular movie we were going to see, it was packed. So we get there, and at least one person is in our seat. So they should have shifted, I guess, so that we could have had 2 seats. Somebody was in our seat. At least one of the seats had been taken up by somebody else. And he ain't no punk, right? I know this. And so immediately I'm just kind of scared. Like, how is he going to handle this, right? I think in one of our seats, there was a man sitting in the seat. So me here, I'm nervous. I'm thinking, oh my God, he is going to be very aggressive and get this man out of, which was, his seat or my seat. I was worried. So immediately my mind goes to, we're standing up. We were a little bit late. The movie had started. Let me fix this situation. Instead of allowing him to fix the situation, I was afraid that it was going to cause a scene because I knew he was going to be stern and firm and get the seat. I already knew it, which is one of the things that I really like about him. But I go into fix it mode as, a woman, number one, but number two, a woman who wasn't used to a man actually stepping up and fixing the situation. So I go and I sit down in the empty seat and I'm like, do you mind moving over? Do you mind, trying to fix it? And I immediately was convicted. No matter how much I smiled, I had stepped into a masculine role. I was trying to fix it when I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt he would fix it and we would have our seats. But I just stepped in, wanting to be in control, wanting to take over the situation, wanting to be the leader. Not because I thought he couldn't handle it, but because I thought, okay, when he does, I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. People are immediately going into thinking I'm the man. Because I'm so used to, as I said, being with someone who won't handle it or who's afraid to handle it and just thinking I'm in charge. That would have been okay had it been me and my children, maybe me and my best friend who, one of my best friends, she can't see. Is she here? I don't know. I could have handled that for us, even though she typically is the one handling things for us. Now that things have kind of changed in both of our lives, I have to step in and handle stuff sometimes. That would have been fine. But because I was on a date, I should have let the man be the man because he's very well capable. But instead, I went into masculine mode and I was immediately convicted. As we sat down, I had to lean over and apologize. I know as women, we feel like we don't have to apologize or we don't like to apologize. We hear men so many times saying, oh, women don't know how to apologize. I immediately apologized and admitted what I was apologizing for because I knew I was wrong. Knew I was wrong. Should have let him handle it. I knew I was not in, seeing someone who wanted me to climb a ladder and figure out what size the filters were. I wasn't in that type of relationship anymore. But because people typically don't call out our bad behavior, sometimes we are unaware. So we're going to have a little bit of fun today, and we're going to talk about some of these masculine behaviors that we have as women that sometimes we overlook. If you have one, drop it in the chat. Men, if I missed something, drop it in the chat. And then towards the end, we're going to figure out our top 5 between what I'm giving you and what possibly you drop in the chat that everybody's like, oh, yeah, that's a good one. The masculine behaviors that sometimes we overlook. This one is a good one. Number 1, always needing the last word. Ladies, be honest. Are you guilty of always needing the last word? Men, is that an issue for you? Do sometimes you just say, yeah, you got it, because you know this man that you're dealing with in a dress, in lipstick or lip gloss, gotta have the last word. One of the things I can say about myself, I don't like stupidity. And I get really, really aggravated when I feel like someone is just being dumb or not making a bunch of sense. Sometimes I am good for trying to help them get to a more logical space when I should just shut up. I tell women all the time, just shut up. Just be quiet. But one of the masculine behaviors we have is feeling like we need the last word. When if the man is the leader, or he should have the last word. When I was head majorette or captain of the cheer squad, typically I just excelled like that. If there was ever a time when a majorette felt like she was going to tell me as the head majorette what she was or wasn't going to do, I had an issue with it as the appointed leader for that squad. So imagine when we do it to the men in our lives who should be in some type of authority, hold some type of authority in our lives, but we always got to have the last word. Ladies, that's a masculine behavior. Number 2, flexing independence. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago, how there is no such thing as being independent. Kevin came on Friday and reiterated that fact. There is no such thing as being independent. We are all interdependent on someone or something. So when ladies, you constantly have to say, not even just, I don't need a man. That one is so apparent. But the whole overemphasizing paying your own bills. I got my own house. I pay my own bill. I bought my own car. Do you know how aggravated you get when you hear someone state the obvious over and over and over again? I know it irritates me when someone states the obvious. Sometimes it's just not needed. What is the point? So flexing this independence, it's annoying. And although it's a masculine behavior, typically men don't even feel the need to do that all the time. It's like if a man is constantly saying, yeah, I take care of myself, I pay my own bills. We're like, duh, you're supposed to. You're a man. So our need to do that is a need to be in competition with men. Why do we do that? That's also a masculine behavior, which I had at number 8, but this flexing independence comes right in with that. You always acting like you have to out hustle a man, out grind a man. We're not even built biologically to be working 8, 10, 12 hours a day and to be loaded with stress. We're not built that way. Yet we try to do it to flex our independence. We try to do it because we think we have to be in constant competition with a man. There's this idea that we need to stand toe to toe. When in all actuality, a man who wants a masculine woman gotta be gay. I'm just sorry. I don't want a feminine man because I'm not a lesbian. So if he's looking at you, loving your masculinity, there's a kink in the hose. You don't have to constantly be in competition with men. You don't. Number 3, dominating space. Now we see this one a lot. But I don't think women always understand it's a masculine behavior to be talking loud, to be cursing a lot, constantly interrupting, or physically posturing a man. I'm saying, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, I'm telling y'all better stop acting like y'all gonna step to me because I'm a girl, but y'all bitches crazy. You know what I'm saying? That shit, y'all bitches crazy. Y'all be on your cell phone on speaker in McDonald's. Yeah, bitch, shit, I'm getting some damn fries, bruh. Shit, yeah, bruh. I'm getting some damn fries, some large fries and shit, bruh. Yeah, shit, I'm looking up here on this menu and shit, and shit, I'm just saying, like, are y'all fries hot? Make sure I get me some. I want some hot fries. Make sure my fries are hot. Shit. I'm not sure what you think you're displaying. My camera is fuzzy. I'm not sure what you think you're displaying, ladies, but it's very masculine. It's very unattractive. I don't know. Let me see. How I can fix the fuzzy. Did that fix it? Your image is graining. Y'all let me know if I'm fixing it. Let's see. Is it any better, guys? It's not fixed. It's a little better. I don't know how to fix it. It's saying that it's on the highest resolution. Sometimes when you come in and go out, it fixes it. I was on a roll. Any better, guys? No? No? Not better? What how does it look? Let me see. Oh yeah, it is a little. I don't know what it is. Let me see if I switch and then switch back. Hopefully I don't lose y'all because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Lotus flower is saying it's better. What about now? They said just leave it. My kids are my producers. They're saying just leave it. Okay. So we're going to leave it. Ladies, but the loud, the cursing, the interrupting, physically posturing a man, very masculine behavior. Number 4, refusing help, struggling with groceries, car trouble, finances, just to prove you can do it. I got it. I can remember going to, well, let me just say now, if I take out the trash, I'll get, and listen, ladies, if you take out the trash, if your spouse has no problem with it, I'm not talking to you. If you do any of these things and your spouse has no problem with it, go with it. Okay? Go with it. But there are times when men want to be useful and help, and just because we can doesn't mean we should. You know how you get those cases of water from Sam's? Can I lift those? Absolutely. Maybe not easily, depend on whether or not I've been in the gym, but I can lift it. I can make it inside. But do you know how silly you look when there is a man right there capable of doing it, wanting to do it, and you say, I got it. I ain't weak. I can carry this, just because you can, or to prove that you aren't weak, to prove that you can do it yourself. I get called out each and every time, to the point I'm not even doing it. I don't even try to do it anymore, because what's the point of him being here if he's offering services and you say, I got it. I don't need your help. I can do it. Sometimes, ladies, when you do that, you are operating in masculine behavior. Even if I can open a jar, sometimes I have to hit it on the bottom a little bit hard. I might have to hit it on the cap. No. If there's a man in the vicinity, I'm passing it over to the side. I can get a fresh bottle of water. Of course, I can open this. I'm passing it over to the side. Open this for me. I know that I can, but why? Why? If he's around ladies and he's offering help, just let him do it. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you less valuable. It doesn't make you less than at all. If the man is around and he wants to help and he wants to take this off your plate, let him do it. Groceries, car trouble, finances, let him do it. And a lot of you don't even have a problem with the finances. Because let's just be honest. As much as we try and act like boss bees, if someone comes today and says, you know what, you don't have to worry about any finances, many will say, okay, even if you still work, you're going to say, okay, you can handle all of the finances. But it's some of those other behaviors that we sometimes overlook. Refusing help just to prove we can do it. Number 5, chasing the provider role. Taking pride or announcing it to the whole world, I take care of him. Instead of allowing him to lead and provide. There are women who actually do work and make more than the man. Trying to make it seem as if that makes you the leader, though, of the family just because you make more. That's masculine behavior, ladies. Maybe you make more financially. It doesn't make you the provider, because when you actually say provider, there's so many other things that a man can provide or needs to provide for his family that just aren't simply finances. Men can provide direction. He can provide logic when you're acting irrational or emotional. He can provide protection. That is providing something. When it comes to men, you know, we learned last week that women just want to feel safe. That's provision. That's providing. Because we learned women want to feel safe mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. That's providing. So this idea that you are chasing the provider role and you feel like that makes you the leader, it doesn't. All it does is make you look like you have fake masculinity. It's unattractive and unappealing. Shed it, please. Get rid of it. We're tired of seeing it. Number 6, and this has become so popular. Bragging about sexual conquest. Not only does that lack class, it comes across very masculine. Talking like men about body counts, casual sex, or not catching feelings, that's masculine, unattractive behavior. I'm a savage. Or the women that are out here now trying to sleep with a 1,000 guys in one day. Or talking about the notches on your belt. Women, that's masculine. Do we have anybody in the chat who remembers when you would look down on a person because they was just sleeping with this person. Now they with that person. Oh, they're a whore. Oh, she sucked dick. She's a whore. Now every time we turn around, you like you just ready to fall on one. Well, I mean, come on. Somebody just having a random conversation with you, and it's out of nowhere. We were talking about how the sweet potatoes look in the grocery store. Out of nowhere, random bragging on your body counts. Random bragging about why do we do this now? Ladies, it goes back to being in competition with men. We are supposed to compliment the man, not be in competition with him. We don't have to be the same. We know biologically we are not the same. We know that we were not created the same, which means we don't have to be the same in character and personality and how we carry ourselves. Ladies, don't forget to drop it in the chat. Be honest if you've seen any of this type of behavior in yourself. Jay Hunter, according to science, women who have sex with multiple men increases their testosterone levels. So this masculine energy they're carrying is unconscious. And thank you so much for the super chat. Drop it in the chat. I'll be back. As soon as we get through this list, I'll be back. Avoiding vulnerability. Avoiding vulnerability. I think that tags the whole not catching feelings. What women like to say now, I catch flights, not feelings. Avoiding vulnerability. Just hopping from bed to bed because you catch flights, not feelings. Some of y'all hopping bed to bed. I ain't seen you on a flight in a coon's age. I catch flights, not feelings. What, a flight of stairs? Because I'm not seeing all of these flights, these pictures out of the country. Miss, I catch flights, not feelings. But you're scared to be vulnerable. I don't want to hear the excuses of why. But this whole idea that you're afraid of being vulnerable is not feminine behavior. Women are soft. Women are vulnerable. Now, you can have wisdom. I'm not saying don't have wisdom. I was watching a show, or I've been watching this show on Netflix called, I don't know, Revenge Con something, but it's about women who have gotten with men, and very quickly the men start asking for money. And so these women have been conned out of, because they were so vulnerable and so in love and so desperate for a man, they're out 30,000, 50,000. The episode I last watched, I think she was out $2 million. So I'm not saying don't be wise. I'm not telling you to not use wisdom. But when you see this relationship going somewhere, or if that's what you desire, you're going to have to show some level of vulnerability. This whole I catch flights, not feelings, silliness. It's stupid. And it's very masculine behavior. It's just ridiculous. It's not feminine. We talked about the competition with men. Number 9, equating submission with weakness. Treating femininity as something shameful or lesser. It's okay to be feminine, ladies. It's okay to be soft. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's not weakness. Actually, there's strength in submission. Several of the men hit on that last week. There's strength in submission. Number 10, taking on aggressor energy, quick to fight, quick to check somebody, leading with intimidation. I remember my daughter, my oldest daughter, saying only ugly girls fight. And you have to ask yourself, why are you so quick to pop off and fight when you know you may run the risk of getting your face slashed, a black eye, a broken nose, just quick to fight? This goes back to the loud, always cursing behavior. We've seen the videos. Women just out in the street fighting. Titties hanging out, snatching off each other's hair, ripping the clothes, just looking crazy, looking like a bunch of untamed gorillas. Pavement apes, just fighting. That's masculine behavior. Where is all of that aggression coming from? We see the videos of the women knocking stuff off the counters in McDonald's because the fries not hot. Or feeling like I watched a woman who maybe 5'2", constantly putting her finger in her man's face and mushing. What? Come on. Posturing a man, feeling like you can intimidate him, when in reality, if he stood up and backslapped you, you go flying across the floor. I would never forget it. I don't even remember how old I was. But I wanted to go to the washette with my friend. Her mom was going to the washette. Like, I'm telling you, there were things that they used to do that I didn't get a chance to do. We had a washer and dryer at home. So them going to the washette just seemed like a field trip for me. And I wanted to go so bad. And my mom was like, no, because a lot of times your parents don't want you going to be a burden on somebody. Maybe they don't have the money to send with you. So they just feel, at least back in the day, it would be extra. So no, you can't go. I was so upset. I was so mad. Finally, my friend's mom convinced my mother that it was okay for me to go to the washette with them. And I had a ball in my hand. And so my mom eventually said, okay, you can go. And she was like, give me the ball. Me, still a little bit mad at my mom, I threw the ball at her like I was trying to hit her with it instead of making sure she could catch it. So the ball hit her. And when I say my mama backhand me, and I went, they didn't have grass in their yard. I went poof into the dirt. All the dirt just. We have women doing this to men, knowing that if he just backhanded you one good time, you'd be eating dirt. But you think that you can actually stand toe to toe with him. Number one, society has said men don't hit women, but they forgot to tell the women not to hit men. We have so many women always trying to fight. Man does something you don't like, you think it's okay to slap him. You think it's okay to hit him. You think it's okay to shove and push him. Taking on aggressor energy. It's very masculine, ladies, and stop it. You're fooling yourself. You're fooling yourselves. Typically, you can't beat him. Now, I'm not saying there's not an instance where the woman actually can beat the man, but typically, men are stronger, faster. You can't beat him. Why are you constantly trying to fight? That's masculine behavior. Men, drop in the chat, which fake masculine behavior do you see most often in women today? Let's see what the chat has to say. Uh-oh. Hi, Shamika. Thanks for listening. You are awesome. What did I listen at? I don't know. Hola, Miguel. In case I didn't speak earlier. Hi, Sharisa. Sharisa says, I know I really believed I could beat a man. Kayla says, wow, so I'm a little masculine because I definitely will be the one to tell them to get up from our seats. Right. Yeah, I was a bit masculine on that night. Lotus Flower, I recall dating a guy years ago and he said, I don't know when to step in. Are you the strong, independent Black woman today? I had to pause and address myself. Yeah, I mean, because sometimes we just don't realize it. But that's why we're here. And we're going to shake our heads right out of the foolishness that society has told us. It's okay. Be foolish, be crazy. Ladies, be masculine. It's fine. It's not fine. Earl Grey Bay, here I go being Black and late. Were you on CP time? Kayla, what if we're at dinner and his order is wrong and I speak up instead of him? Does he ask you to speak up? Why can't he do it? And if he decides that he wants to eat the wrong order, why can't we let him? I mean, I think every situation is different. Maybe he's, wants you to handle it because he feels like you will handle it better and less aggressive. So it depends. Are you in there like, my steak, my steak ain't right, no, this steak ain't right, this supposed to be well done, I see blood. Or are you going to be a little bit more diplomatic and he feel like you can handle it better and not be as aggressive as he might would be? So I think it depends. Sharisa, and will yell and scream until I get the last word. Earl Grey to Bay, I always say, yeah, you got it. I hate arguing and confrontation with men. I am that way now. I didn't used to be that way. I didn't. I'm going to get it out. Now, I'm quiet, but sometimes that comes across as not caring. I care. I'm just, what's the point of arguing? Gnostic Phoenix, love and prosperity, y'all. Little girls just got out of homeschool. Okay, hey, good job in homeschooling. That's the move. I have to keep emotions under control. That's what Katie says. Hi, Katie. Thank you for being here. And hi, Gnostic. Thank you for coming today as well. Yeah, we have to keep our emotions under control. This is why when Dave was saying that men now sometimes show feminine behavior when they don't know how to keep their emotions under control, typically we would be very emotional. Sometimes I still am. God forbid my hormones are all over the place. It can be a Nestle Crunch commercial. I'm going to be crying. Let's see. When it came to discipline my children, I wish I would have fell back a lot more. Earl Grey, I really didn't understand husbands until I thought about how I am with my kids. That's how he is with me. So I keep in mind that he would never put me in harm's way the way I would hope my kids think. Yes. We do have our children's best interest at heart most times. And so if this man is who you have married, I would hope he does have your best interest at heart. Bills, Destiny Child. Can you pay my bills? Can you pay my telephone bills? Yeah, and what did she say? Well, she said, I don't think you do, so me and you are through. Yeah. I shared that independence and I don't need a man 30 years ago. Right. Lotus Flower. Got to get rid of it. I need him and I want him. Miguel, I've had women that I dated and including my first wife, they would run their mouths at concerts and restaurants to where I'm almost getting in fights and I would tell them to shut up. We see those videos online. Have you seen them? Where you can just see that the woman is escalating the situation. Let's say her man was pulled over. What you stop him for? Huh? The man is handling it. He's trying to pull his license out, and give the police officer the license and registration. Here is little Miss Big Mouth in the passenger side. What you pull him over for? Huh? Like, girl, let him handle it. You about to get the man taken to jail. Or in some type of situation. One of my pet peeves when I'm watching some of this stuff online is a female, a mother out of control that says, I'm going to call my son. You're out of control. You're in the wrong. I'm not talking about when somebody has just completely, overstepped, disrespected, is terrible. But there was a situation, I think it was in New York, where the lady was upset because her fries weren't hot. And so she started popping off, cursing the employees out. I guess she assumed that the employees came to work following the rules and didn't have something on them. She got so belligerent and upset, she ended up calling her son, who came to McDonald's and got shot because the employee came to work packing. So while she was sitting in there, my fries ain't hot. Y'all better treat me like I with some respect. I'ma call my son. Got her son on the phone. They up here in McDonald's acting like they don't want to respect me, be it talking back. All I want is my fries. You need to come in here and do something about it. I think the son might have been in the parking lot. Came in there and got shot. So how many times, ladies, do you put the men in your lives that you claim to love in harm's way because you don't know how to shut your big fat mouth? Masculine behavior. Hey, I the wise. He said he had a stupid ex-wife like that too. Okay, we saw this one. Miguel said, that's why she's the ex. Lotus flower. Okay. No, I don't want that competition, baby. You go make all the money you want, right? Okay. I'm not going to compete with that. Okay, here's all the Shamika. Your image is fuzzy. It's grainy. I'm sorry. I could not fix it. Daryl Lord says nothing worse than a nasty mouthed woman. The Real Sink, thank you for being here. Earl Grey Bay says, then No Scrubs by TLC came out. We stopped listening to Anita Baker. I apologize and adopted Destiny Child in there. We stopped listening to Anita Baker. Some of my favorite songs are old music. They're old songs because they actually had no problem with being vulnerable. They actually had no problem with loving a man and letting him know that, she loved him. Nowadays, you got to be a savage. Nowadays, it's I catch flights, not feelings. Let's see. Now I think about it, I control the driving of the car. Did you? Gnostic saying, get him in my red man, how high voice. Oh, Graham said hers was crisp. Oh, look, Katie said, so it's not my glasses. No, I guess it wasn't your glasses. Sharisa says, I'm blind. Who cares? We can't see your words. It's YouTube being YouTube. Don't sweat it. Thank you for the super chat, Jay. He said it was fixed on his end. Daryl, talking about, do I still have AOL? I don't. I have Spectrum. Yeah, I have Spectrum. I don't know what was going on. Miguel told me my audio was fine. Thank you, Stacy, for being here. My only masculine quality is I love football, so please don't say football. See, we got through the list, Stacy, and we didn't even say football. Now, are you cursing, scratching your crotch that you don't have while you're watching it? Yeah, that would be another thing. Earl Grey says, oh my God, I got to work on the cussing. This is the NYC sewer mouth. Graham said, no, she's asking, will they help? But I do have to say, I can't stand all the females invading the football space, sidelines and pregame. Yeah, it's annoying to me too. And I'm not even a sports fan, but they just seem out of place. Kayla Rain, my favorite thing to do at work is have my male coworkers do my heavy lifting for me. I'm more than capable, but it just feels good to have them do it for me. I agree. Earl Grey says, if he's a stranger, I'm saying I got it. And I understand that part. I remember I was, God, I always have to tell y'all my business in order to make a point. But if you read my book, and yes, I have a book. If you read my book, you know there was a time when my ex-husband went to prison. Well, I had gone grocery shopping. I was at Kroger, came out, and my car wouldn't start. And I remember this man like, where's your man? Is he coming to help you? And I said, yes, he is on the way. Thank you. Knowing he was not on the way. He was locked up. But listen, at this time, I got it. Let me call somebody that I know, that I trust, and I'm going to let them help me out. Oh, you smooth like that. I'll lift your water and open your jars and bottle tops. Absolutely. Hey, sis, Mama Sadia. Thank you for joining. I'm glad you could catch me live as well. Sharisa said, I think Jamie and Neo messed me up with Miss Independent. I love it when she says, it's cool, I got it. Yeah, they did. Well, this is from Jamie Foxx, who played naked basketball with men, allegedly. Don't nobody come trying to sue me. I don't have it. But allegedly, he would play naked basketball with men. So we're not surprised that he wanted an independent woman. Neo either, allegedly. Let's see. In my fields is the In my fields is the new catching feelings. Kayla says, I've definitely said that a few times. Flight's not feelings. Lotus Flower says, so far I have only one. I'm doing good. Yeah, I didn't see. Some of y'all are honest in here. You said that you have it. Y'all make me tell all my business. I need to know y'all business as well. Are so-called cuss words really cuss words, or did someone just say they were? Asino, are you one of my children when they were 4? Because I can remember my children having that same argument with me. Who said they were bad words? Who said that? Who determined that it was bad words? That was their exact same thing. And I'm not very, I don't like to hear it. I don't want to constantly hear it all the time, but I am not one of these people whose ears will bleed. I hurt more when I hear, so to me, cuss words, my ears will not bleed. But I hurt more when I hear people say what I say are curse words. Things like, when it rains, it pours. If it weren't for bad luck, I wouldn't have no luck at all. I hate when I hear people speak all types of curses over their lives, because I truly believe life and death is in the power of the tongue. Don't say stuff like that around me. If it weren't for bad luck, I wouldn't have no luck. I can't stand that. Sharisa said, I didn't know you considered me ugly. Kayla consider you ugly, not me. I do now, but that was before. I had to be enlightened on that. I didn't always think, I was a fighter. I didn't always say, okay, why would I put myself in that position? So when she said only ugly women fight, I said, dog, that's a really good point. You have to sometimes, children will lead the way. Them sketchy hoes putting Vaseline on their face and pulling hair back and removing earrings. Yes. That's what they do. That's what they do. I'm so glad I changed. I am now beautiful, full of femininity. Yes, that's why we're here. Kayla, I've started putting my hands on men, and not gonna lie, I do love it, but it's definitely masculine and aggressive behavior. I'm trying to stop, but it's hard. You'll have to get some counseling, because Lord knows I don't want them hitting you back. Asino of the wise, as long as you're not out here putting curses on people, a good use of a curse word to get your point across isn't wrong. Miguel, look, I hadn't even gotten to this comment, but we're here. We're here. That's how I feel about cuss words versus curse words. I'm not going to die if I hear one. Okay. Now they're talking to each other. 4, saying I got it, saying you don't need help. Yes. Hey girl, act like a man, get treated like one. My gram used to say, facts, for sure. Chasing the provider role, bragging about sexual conquest. Yes. Graham says, you sound so Bull City when you do that. Well, is that when I was popping off? Yeah, that's that Bull City. Rex says, whatever happened to peaceful women? We're trying to get them back, Rex. Thank you for being here. We're trying to get them back. This is where we come. Women crying in the comments about men is wild. Rex, what were they crying about? Crying about men is wild. What do you mean? I missed something. Did you come in halfway? Do you know what the conversation is about? Constant dripping on a rainy day and a contentious woman are alike. Restraining her is like holding back the window, grasping oil with one's right hand. Yes. No one wants to deal with it. Let's see. Devontae, can y'all keep a man? Devontae, what's your question? Or did you come in halfway? I'm not really sure. Do you prefer a masculine woman? Because everybody here is like, they want to shed the masculinity. Today's topic is, ladies, it's time to shed your fake masculinity. So I'm not sure what you're actually talking about, because now we're reading the comments. We've already had the lesson. Maybe go back to the beginning to see this is a friendly space for all masculine men and feminine women. If you want anything other than that, you have to go and find a different channel. This isn't it. We're not doing the masculine women over here. What did a woman you could treat like your homie, take her out on the Ave and just chill? We're not doing that. Most men don't want his woman standing on the avenue just kicking it with him, hanging out in the streets like that. These are things that we thought were cool. We're realizing wasn't that cool. Graham says he thinks you're downing men for being aggressive, I think. I don't know. They come in late. Kayla says he probably likes getting bent over. I mean, yeah, I'm a little bit confused. Asina says it's their party. They can cry if they want. It's my party and I cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. You would cry too if it happened to you. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, y'all, it's after 3. I appreciate you all for being here. This masculine behavior, this fake masculinity makes me shake my head. Join me tomorrow for the next time we come together, head shakers, for something that's going to make us shake our heads. I already have tomorrow planned. Don't forget on Friday, Lotus Flower will be on. We're going to revisit the whole safe spaces conversation. I'm also trying to see if we can get Gabby, who wanted to do a defense of feminism, so we can do that all on one show. Friday. That's it. That's all. See y'all back here tomorrow. Same place, same time. Why? Because this is what we have to do. Y'all, go back and catch the replay if you're confused. Okay? Otherwise, join us tomorrow for a new lesson. Same place, same time. I love you, head shakers. Peace. I'm out.